Do you ever just feel like your hair is just an accurate representation of how your day is going? This is where we're at for today, but we're gonna go ahead and film this anyway. If you are new here, hi, my name is Kat, and for today, we are on day 5 of an entire week of Glam Shop palettes. And for today, we have a palette that has been requested for a really, really long time. It's the citrus palette. And so yes, we are finally looking at the yellow palette. And when I tell you this color story, look at that. That is just absolutely, this guy right here. That's the first shade we're swatching, and I'm excited for you guys to see it because that is probably one of my top favorite iridescent shades of all time. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump right in as we do on these. I'm gonna swatch first, then we're gonna get into the eye look, and then we will judge this palette based on the other palettes we've already done. We've got 2 more until the end of the week, and then on day 7 we are going to rank absolutely everything. What we loved, what we didn't love, all of it. So I'll probably at the end of the video do something to try and fix my hair, but for right now, we're just gonna leave it. We're gonna jump right in. All right, so first shade up is that iridescent shade. This is Yuzu, and it is a stunning iridescent with a yellow to kind of bluish green shift. So as we start off, you were able to see a little bit of that yellow, very strong yellow on there. And then as I come in close, you can see a little bit more of the blue. But yeah, it is such a good shimmer. It is perfect as like a pop of color on the inner corner or as a topper shade. Undecided so far on how we're gonna use it, but I have a feeling I'm probably gonna use it on my inner corner just because I absolutely love that shade. Then we have the first of the yellow shades, Citrina. And that is just an absolutely gorgeous yellow. I would say, it looks to me like it has ever so slight, a little bit of a hint of orange in there as well, but primarily just that beautiful yellow. And it does look like it is more of a satin rather than a metallic shade. So that is that guy, and just absolutely lovely. Really good yellow. Then we have our first metallic shade, Wyciśnięte, and this is more of like a gold, marigold type yellowish gold shade. No shift to it at all, but just a really beautiful, like halfway between orange and yellow metallic shade. Really beautiful. Also really makes this yellow just pop as like a neon yellow shade. Then we have our first matte shade, Bergamot, and this is more of a like mustardy shade, but immediately pigmented, really, really nice, would probably layer beautifully with this shade. For our second matte shade, it's a little bit of a deeper yellow shade. This is Limetta. And still a really nice yellow shade, but definitely a little bit deeper than this guy, but I think that's gonna be a beautiful shade to kind of create a little more depth on there. Oh. And then this next shimmer, I have a feeling it's gonna swatch like a topper shade, but if I can build this up to any level of like pigmentation, it's gonna be bonkers. So this is the shade Limonada, and look at that. Oh my gosh. All right, thank God it didn't swatch like a topper. That is just absolutely stunning as far as pigmentation goes on a yellow shimmer. I mean, holy cow. That guy with this one, and then maybe that in the outer corner. It's gonna be a beautiful yellow look. All right, this next one, I'm gonna do my best on the pronunciation of Gorska Pomarańcza, and this is like a brownish shimmer shade with some kind of topper on top. I can't quite tell what the color is. It looks kind of like a lighter yellowish, almost greenish shade on top with that brown base. I'm gonna build it up just a little bit more to see if we can really catch that. So there's the brownish base, and then you can kind of see on top that lighter greenish yellow shift that it has. So very interesting shade there. Yeah, I don't know yet how I would incorporate that one, but it is a very pretty shade. Yeah. Then we have an orange metallic Citron. And this is very, very nice. I definitely made that sound way more French. But this is essentially like the shimmery metallic equivalent of this shade, because they are very, very similar to each other as I am looking at them, just that this guy has some sparkle and this one is a matte shade. And then the last shade is another brown shimmer, Pomelo. And that is more of a medium brown tone and kind of cross between brown and orange, I think. Very similar to this guy right here. So I think there's a good mix. This is definitely our deepest shade that we have in the entire palette, but a good mix of like yellows to oranges to a brown. So I think we'll be able to definitely create a look that has a lot of different colors on there. But my question is, do I want to keep the majority of the lid yellow and then just kind of smoke it out ever so slightly, but keep it mainly? I think I want to keep it mainly yellow because these yellows are so gorgeous. And so I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. So I think we will start off with this shade and then we will transition into this guy. And then I think we'll probably just end up layering this shimmer and this shimmer on top of those, and then just use this guy ever so slightly to smoke it out just a little bit. And then we'll use this one on the inner corner. So we will have a transition on there, but mainly yellows. Ever so tiny, a little bit of brown, but mainly yellows is what I think I want to go for. So here we go. All right, so we are starting off with this guy right here, and let's see how it goes. So I'm not gonna lie, I could literally just coat my eyes in this shade and be completely satisfied. This is probably the best yellow I have ever come across. So I love a slightly more neon yellow rather than like a yellow. And this is like the neon yellow of my dreams. Oh, this is such a beautiful shade. Oh my goodness. We are off to a great start. All right, day renewed. Oh my goodness, here we go. Okay, we're gonna jump into Lametta next, which is this like medium yellow tone. And we're gonna blend that out. And I am already just super pumped for throwing these shimmers on top. Oh, all right, this is gonna be a good day. Alright, I think that shade went on pretty well. I think that for having that deeper yellow be a matte shade and the original shade as a satin, almost to metallic, I think that they still layered really nicely with each other. And I think that this is actually a really good shade to blend ever so slightly with that brown shade when we get to it, because it is a more mustardy yellow, so I think that will go very nicely with the deeper shade. So let's go ahead and do the under eye real quick, and then we will jump into the rest of the shimmer shades. So the first shade up, we're gonna go back into that lighter yellow satin shade, and we are just going to pull that. And then we'll go back into the Lametta shade for the center portion. I think that's starting off really nicely. So now we're gonna actually go in reverse. I know I usually start at the front end with the shimmery shades, but we're gonna start at the back with that brown shade just to create the shape, and then we'll move to the middle and then to the front. So we are going into this brown shade just to create a little bit more depth to the shade, but not too much. Alright, I think that added just a smidge of depth to it, and so now we are going to go ahead and go into the middle shimmer shade, which is this guy right here, and so we will blend that into the center of the lid now. Alright, I think the slight orange tinge that particular metallic has, I think blended really nicely with the brown and layered very well. So now we're gonna go into this sparkly little nugget for the front portion, and then we will do the inner corner. did not know that that yellow could get even better, but it did. My eyes are glistening. I cannot wait to come in close to show you guys this awesome sauce. Like, oh my gosh, this is looking so, so good. So now we are going to go on to the last thing, which is going to be the yuzu shade, because we're gonna throw that on the inner corner, and then I will finish the look. But oh my gosh, this is looking so, so good. I can't. All right, I think that looks absolutely awesome. It, I mean, definitely does not blend in so much to where you're just like, oh, I don't really notice anything. Like, that inner corner is a punch. Like, okay, I am gonna tight line and throw mascara on and perhaps do something with my hair, although I don't know, I kind of don't mind the mess that is going on at this point. But I will be right back, and then we will come in close so you guys can truly appreciate just how nuts these yellow shades are. All right, and we are back with the final look, so I'm gonna come in close so you guys can take a look at everything. So of course, because we have a yellow look, I decided to just go with a simple yellow liner on there with everything. But I think in the future, I probably would, if I choose to do a similar look to this one, I probably would like a different color on there just to bring out even more. So potentially like a navy blue liner or even a black liner, I think could really make these yellows stand out that much more. But I already feel like this is just absolutely awesome. I cannot get enough of how cool this yellow look is. Like, I absolutely love, I mean, this shade right here, awesome. This shade right here, awesome. This one, awesome. Like, even like this one, awesome. Like, they're all so, so good. And so you can create as light of a look or as deep of a look as you want with the inclusion of those brown shades. So I love it. But I would love to know what you guys think of everything. Did this meet your expectations for a yellow palette? To me, this is probably one of the top yellow palettes I have come across so far. This look is absolutely awesome. But what do you guys think about this guy? Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you did not. As we always do here, let me know either way. And if you made it to the end of the video and you have not yet subscribed, I would love it if you would subscribe. Come join my family on here. We talk a ton about indie brands, do super colorful makeup, and we also do tons and tons of swatches because swatching is one of my favorite things. And so if you like that kind of stuff, I would highly suggest joining my family. Join us in the comments down below. We talk a ton about makeup. I give additional suggestions on things that are some of my favorite brands. So make sure you join the conversation down below. And other than that, you guys just go have a good one.